Alright, we're good to go. Alright, what's up guys? It's Frank here with another user-submitted replay from Phlebuster, and it's going to be Phlebuster versus Wallace of Infernal Repute. And it looks like they're both going for their shrine first on Secluded Grove. Looks like both players are going to spot each other's expansions pretty quickly, but it looks like, yeah, it looks like Phlebuster's throwing his production structures pretty far forward here. We don't see the same thing out of Wallace, which is interesting. I almost like production structures down by the natural better. Now it does make it a little bit harder to, I got distracted there a little bit. You can see the reflection of the staff in this puddle. Some of the visuals in Stormgate are really pretty. But, yeah, it makes me wonder, what is Wallace saving up for? He's throwing down another meat farm, which is fine. But what does he stand to gain? Like, what is he saving up for, I wonder? I say saving up like they don't have the exact same resource count. What is... Oh, he was saving up for a third. Ew, but Phlebuster throws down his third as well. I heard you like macro games on Secluded Grove. You know what kind of surprises me a little bit? The fact that almost nobody goes for an early, like, central mining expansion. I know it's like super hard to defend, but this makes me want to like grab my coffee cup of, is it though? Because let's say that your opponent does discover that central mine, the central resource base, and you know the opponent's mining on it. So as the guy that controls it, if your opponent finds it early game, the best they can do is have an imp clear out a path to get in, and that becomes a choke, and a really problematic choke. But if you bring like 4 imps down here, throw down shrine, shroud stone, maybe a vault, couple vaults right there, your opponent's never going to get through. Your opponent's... Oh man, that Hexen's super low on health. Like it seems eventually, like as the trees get knocked down, yeah, it's harder and harder to defend. But I would think that it's almost worth it to have all those resources just readily available. But then again, maybe you don't have like the imp production by that time that you can't capitalize on just how many resources you have there. So I get it. 4 fiends come to do a quick little run by. Meat farm going down, defensive meat farm going down for Phlebuster, but I think the positioning is going to be off. Like the imps are going to need to come over here and mine on this little corner of the Luminite rock, so I think that might end up biting him here as the game progresses. And it looks like the third for both players has gone unpunished. Like they don't, they haven't really been that exploratory with their units just yet. I mean, Wallace did do that cute little run by over into the natural, but I think neither of them has seen their opponent's third. Okay, so that's another... There we go. That's what I was looking for. We'll keep an eye on that ritual chamber to see what upgrade comes down first, but the number of gods makes me think that it's going to be plague axes, which is fine. I really like the... I really like that we saw venom traps being used in the last IvI that we saw just now. Yeah, there we go. It's plague axes first, and this one... Do we have plague axes out for him? Is it already done? Yeah, it is. Alright, it's already done for Phlebuster, I guess. And he's going to wait for his Magmadon to show up to tank absolutely everything to start the fight. There we go. Starts the fight with the Stomp. Oh, interesting. The units, the creeps retargeted for a second there. I wonder what causes that. Alright, another Magmadon Stomp on forward. Piper and the Bruiser getting hit a bunch. Oh no, here comes the aggression from Wallace though. Wallace coming on by with his gaunts that... Alright, Plague Axes did finish up here for Wallace. Let's keep an eye on this. Let's see if he's gonna have Reaper's Rush anytime soon. Superstone goes down. And the Superstone's actually gonna do quite a bit of damage to these Gaunts before they can continue moving forward. Magmadon Stomp comes forward. It's gonna do good damage to the that Brute. It's gonna kind of scare away the rest of the Gaunts. But they do manage to kill off the Superstone. Another effigy goes down. Yeah, it's a permanent one from Phlebuster. Yeah, and it looks like that Magmadon's just enough to keep Wallace at bay. He's not going to want to fight into this. By the way, can we just appreciate real quick that Shroud goes out instantaneously? You don't need to wait like 40 seconds for it to like slowly like bloop, 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 like Creep did in StarCraft 2. Man, that was, I don't know, for me that was one of like the more unfun parts of StarCraft 2. It's like, okay, I get it. Creep is going to be there. It'll get there eventually. I just don't want to sit like, I don't want to have to come back in 40 seconds and be like, oh, is it at max range yet? Can I get max range on a Creep tumor? It's just not. Anyway, back to Stormgate. A lot of Gaunts and Weavers are an interesting choice. Well, I say interesting, but it does make sense. They do want to stun the oh, good Nightfall Infestation. Oh, catches both of those Magmadons as well, so it's going to slow them down. But it looks like the Weavers got caught by some of that as well, and now it's going to be Gaunts and Wallace. At first I didn't like that his he didn't have the concave that he needs, but all the Gaunts are getting damage done at once, and the DPS density is still there. Beautiful connection on that Nightfall Infestation. They're all slowed down. They're all going to be taking damage from these Fiends. They're all going to continue to turn into Fiends. Fiends are going to try to head them off, to surround them. Yep, a bunch more of them have to walk around, turn back into Fiends. Yeah, and Phlebuster's just going for blood here. Oh, this Hellboy is going to be fantastic AoE damage against that Gaunt Ball. No, attack the Gaunts! Yeah, Magmadon's getting great stomps off. We don't see the Weavers doing any lashes on the Magmadon. Being able to stun the Magmadon out of a stomp would be, I imagine, would just be like instrumental in a defense here. You don't want your opponent's Magmadons to continue to stomp. And there's a GG from Wallace. That's kind of a short game, but Phlebuster, congrats on the victory, man. GG's, guys.